This is a paid advertisement.
Welcome back to the Noon Show on WBAY TV2, and welcome to Ask the Expert. We're joined by Alex Rupp of the Todd Weiss home selling team today. Thanks for being here, Alex. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Nick.
I'm going to ask you a question that maybe I'm the guy who doesn't know, or
Okay.
maybe this is a question you often get, but when an individual is selling a home or even buying a home, is there confusion over how the real estate agent is actually compensated?
Yeah, actually, it's a very common question that we get, certainly in the process. And typically, an agent receives compensation when the sale of a home is completed, and the amount can vary depending upon whether they're being compensated directly by a client or potentially through the offer, maybe predetermined through a listing agreement.
So who actually pays those fees?
So an agent can be compensated directly from a seller through a listing contract. They can be compensated directly by a buyer through a buyer representation agreement. Sometimes the agent working with the buyer can be compensated directly through a listing broker.
So when it comes to the actual process then, Alex, you're sitting down and you're talking to an individual. Is this a bargaining situation, or what is that process like? How does that all factor in?
So it can be important to note that the process of compensation through, say, the listing broker might be really important, as a buyer is already saving up for a down payment, so reducing the amount that they may have to pay an agent directly certainly helps them be a little closer to being ready to buy a home, which ultimately increases the number of buyers that are available for a home seller to choose from.
Every individual and every situation is unique. So is there wiggle room there? Is this a process that can be taken into account, I guess, throughout the process?
Absolutely. This compensation can vary on levels of service, certainly consumer preferences. There are many different types of agents and companies that do different things out there with different types of commission structures and whatnot. So when you go to buy a home or sell a home, you get the choice to have expert service or not. You can choose to pay a little more for greater service or pay less potentially, right? So our team, for example, has different service levels for both buyers and sellers. That can be changed during the process too, so that way they know they're always getting the best level of service and they can never make a mistake with our team.
What's the best way to get a hold of your team and get that process started?
So the best way to get a hold of us is to likely just call our office at 920-406-0001, or you can try us at our website at www.toddweissteam.com.
Excellent. That information is right there on your screen and always available at WBAY.com. We'll get you back to the Noon Show right after this.